So I'm on my way to Nathan Seller's house. Good buddy of mine. He's got a great YouTube channel. He recently put up these videos of him doing an ice bath. I thought, you know what? I want to give that a try. And so here I am, driving to Nathan's house. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to do my first ice bath.
All right, Cameron. First ice bath.
I'm terrified, actually.
Yeah.
You know, when I told my wife that I was going to do this, her first thought was, I'm not coming. I really am. I'm nervous about what to do, but I'm also excited to push myself beyond more than what I think I'm capable of. Let's see what we got here.
It's decently cold.
That is, holy cow, that is completely solid.
What, I mean, if anything, have you prepared for this?
I haven't done anything different than I normally do of my own mindfulness type of exercises. I figured just 2 or 3 days isn't enough time to really do a lot of preparation, but I wanted to make sure that I'm a believer in my own mindfulness techniques and just see if I can put my money where my mouth is.
Okay, so talk to me about what is your mindfulness technique?
My mindfulness, it has a weird story to it because as a kid I got fascinated with like martial art movies. I don't know what it was. It was about the mind, body, spirit type of talk.
Yeah.
You know, the Bruce Lee ones.
You see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony.
I even watched the old Jackie Chan ones. The Kung Fu TV show.
Yeah.
The Mind Over Matter. But there was one, okay, so this is a weird one. The Glimmer Man with Steven Seagal.
Okay.
Probably the last Steven Seagal movie I ever watched because even though I practiced martial arts for years, like his first 4 movies were great.
Yeah.
But then the camera kept getting in closer and closer and you couldn't see anything that he was actually doing. But there's a scene where they put him up to a polygraph test. Mm. You know, the first one's always, tell us your name.
Are you Detective Jack Cole?
Yes.
They say, okay, now we're going to ask you a question to lie so that they can get a reading. And they go, have you ever climbed Mount Everest? And he goes, yes.
Have you ever climbed Mount Everest?
Yes.
Okay, let's begin.
And it doesn't change.
It doesn't move.
On the polygraph. And they keep asking all these questions because the crooked cops are trying to catch him in something and it just stays flat the whole time. Mm-hmm. I know, it just fascinated me. That's like, could someone really, do that to a polygraph test? Could they have that control of their heart rate and their breathing? So I started doing things like whenever it's wintertime, I see how long I can go without turning on my heater.
Right.
And during the summer, it's how long can I go without turning on my AC?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
so when you're in that discomfort,
mm-hmm.
What's the skill that you're using to keep your heart rate down?
It's a breathing. When you inhale, you can. It's almost like I can push the heat around my body.
Okay.
And
so you're kind of visualizing it.
Yeah, kind of just. But I've been able to do that with like if I have an injury, like if my shoulder gets injured and it's painful, to be able to push the pain so that more of my body is taking the pain and it's not just my shoulder that's taking it. But then it's also, what are you saying to yourself in your head?
Right.
You know, my wife was asking me, yeah, didn't you get hypothermia from doing this? And I said, well, there's studies that people will go into hypothermia faster the more negative they think about the experience.
Yeah, it's a huge impact.
You know, and so our mind has a huge power over our body. One of the coolest things about doing martial arts, I did Aikido for about 11 years. I did Gracie Jiu-Jitsu for a few years. My sensei said, you'll watch people who will plateau, and it's because they're only doing the martial art. They're not practicing the philosophy.
Right.
And the ones who practice the philosophy, their martial art continues to expand.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay.
And so I have no idea what to expect
Yeah.
with this. I'm sure it'll be...
I can tell you one thing. It's going to be cold.
The two things that I always tell a lot of my clients, that if you can master your emotions, and if you can master the way you talk back to yourself, you've won half the battle.
So if you can visualize yourself in that panic right now, so you can see yourself stepping in,
Yeah.
and then feeling that sensation, the cold taking over kind of thing. What do you know that you're going to have to do in that moment?
I know that, first of all, I have to, it's almost like a separation between you and your body. Like your body's going to freak out, and you have to go, I'm not going to listen to you right now. Like I know what I'm up against, and I know what I was putting myself in. I know you're going to do that. But I'm not going to listen right now. And then in a moment, you need to listen to me.
Got it.
Once it starts to listen to me, that's when the mindfulness and everything really starts, and then you become together. And we're like, we're going to work through this together.
Yeah.
And so your mind, your body, and your spirit need to work together.
I've known her since we were kids, but I haven't seen her in 5 years.
You sound a little nervous, pal.
That's why the bottle didn't slice. My mind and my spirit are going north and south.
But the one that needs to be in control is the spirit. The mind's going to be doing this. We're going to hyperventilate. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And the body's going, oh my gosh, we're going to die. You know. And if you can go, hold on, gentlemen, and you can bring that in, and because they just need to know who's in charge.
Yeah.
And once they realize, oh, okay, you're in charge, then that's
So the spirit is telling the mind, okay, this is what I want you thinking.
Yeah.
And the spirit is telling the body, all right, this is how I want you to relax.
Yes.
Love it.
Like you can do great things when your mind, body, and spirit are one.
Awesome. You ready to try it?
I'm ready to try it.
All right, here we go.
This reaction will be pure and simple, and I will not be able to fake anything. Here we go.
Okay, how are you feeling?
Oh, my body is panicking right now. But I'm gonna let it sit off the side for a little bit.
The breath work is going to be the most important part here. Take those deep, clear breaths.
Okay, I can feel my body's ready to start listening to me now. Start to relax. That moment when everything, that mind, that body, that spirit come together, It's such an empowering moment where it's like all of a sudden now I feel like I could sit in here as long as I want.
Yeah.
You know, but the ability to control that panic, to let it be, let it do its own thing, and to make sure your mind doesn't contribute to that panic. That the things you're saying to yourself are positive, that you've got this, you can do this. Man, my hands are starting to go numb.
Yep. The hands are actually what hurt the most.
Oh, they hurt.
Yeah. Like that's for me when I'm trying to control it, it's the pain in my hands.
Because ice has the ability to inflict pain without inflicting any harm.
Yeah.
Like just moving my hands to now like grab them, you know, lock the fingers. Oh, that hurt. I don't even know how long I've been in here.
I don't either. But it's been over a minute. We're probably closer to 2.5 minutes.
Move around, it gets a little colder. My toes really hurt.
So talk about how your mindfulness process is going.
Right now, I'm just really relaxed. Like, I don't really have to do much, but it's that first 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, you have to let your body acclimate. You have to let it. Oh, yeah. There's the sugar that comes in now.
Yep. That's when it becomes a conscious process to relax, when the
But
shivering
now-
happens.
We were talking. Talking takes me out of the moment. When I don't talk, I can push the heat around my body. But as I start to talk, you see how I start to shiver as soon as I start talking?
Do you have a goal for how long you want to be in?
At least 2 minutes.
You're definitely over 2 minutes.
Let's do one more.
You're probably closer to like 5 minutes. I've been filming on mine for almost 6 minutes now.
Ten more seconds. Whoa.
All right.
Whew.
How you feel?
Feels awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird sensation as you get out. Your whole body's tingling. Okay, post ice bath.
Oh, man.
Talk about the experience. Talk about what you appreciated.
You really think it's going to be some horrible, horrific experience, and it's the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was just amazing. And when you come out and it's just you're all, it's almost like warmer coming out.
Absolutely.
And the tingling sensation throughout. But I think it's more of like, again, it's all about what you say to yourself. The fact that you just pushed yourself past the limit that you didn't know was there. Like, that just feels awesome.
Yeah, you were in for a good chunk of time.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on?
Well, I could tell, like, right off the bat, right? You're feeling that sensation of like, but I could see you go into your mindful place, gain control of your breath again. It took you a bit to get there. And then, like, I could just see you experiencing the sensations, not necessarily judging the sensations, right? But being in that mindful place where you can just experience it. And then harness the control over the moment, and be present with the discomfort. And that was the really cool thing to see you kind of do that. And it's amazing that, when you can really get in that place, time speeds up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're like, how long have I been? And it's like, well, you're probably 3 or 4 minutes now. It's been a while, actually. And you did a great job. Like, really good.
But, okay, the shower after is like, I didn't realize how much mindfulness I would need to do in the shower. Because your fingertips and your toes
hurt.
That is so painful. Like, it's just knives. But to do my own visualization and to bring the sensation of that throughout my hand with each breath, you move it a little bit more and a little bit more. So now that more of your body is taking it.
Yeah.
But that was a great shower.
It's like your best shower.
Best shower ever.
You don't want it too hot. Kind of final impressions of your experience.
I agree with that. Like, that is an experience that I think everybody should do at least once.
Yeah,
do it at least once.
Well, and to do it with the mindfulness. If you don't do it with mindfulness, it's just self-torture.
You couldn't last very long.
Right.
But with it's also a little validating to know that my own mindfulness practice works really well. Works just fine. For one, so I hope we do this again.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
In anything you can do with friends makes any experience